It's Sunday. It's also day 5, and I'm starting a every 5 days Q&A video. So I opened up the Q&A on Tumblr, and I also got a question from my one subscriber on YouTube. To explain how I'm doing this, I'm making the videos on a digital camera, which is hooked up to a tripod, is sitting on a table. And then I go into Windows Movie Maker, and I edit them, and I upload them via YouTube. Then I copy the HTML into Tumblr. So that is that. So I'm really using the Tumblr as my gateway to the world. But I did get a question from a YouTuber, and since it's a really heavy-duty question and needs a lot of answering, this is part 1 of the Q&A, number 1. And the first question comes from What the Lemonade of YouTube. And she asks, I do have a question for you, and I don't mean to sound harsh, but you got sick in this environment, so what are you going to do to make that same environment capable of recovery? This is a loaded question, so it does deserve its own video. I think this is a brilliant question to ask. So thank you, What the Lemonade. First of all, I did get sick in this environment. I also got sick in this environment 10 years ago. So this environment has been changing, and so has my disorder. And what I realized I need to do in order to, maintain a recovery and get to a good place is, first thing, identifying fears, identifying triggers, identifying negative people, negative things. I need to identify what could potentially cause a relapse or a day in which really derails me. And when those things are identified, I need to learn how to deal with them. So, for example, something that's very triggering in this hometown of mine is my high school. I never went back after high school to visit because I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to step back in there. And I'm also learning another place that's very triggering is one of the universities in town that I used to attend. So clearly, don't go there. Problem solved. Some triggers are a little harder. There are people that trigger me. There are events that trigger me. There are things that happen within events, people that show up unexpected that create anxiety, that could create something even worse. And that is called life. That's what I need to work on coping through. For example, I'm at a party with some good friends, somebody who walks in that I don't like, I don't get along with, they make me nervous, possibly they hurt me in the past. I need to know that I have the strength to pick myself up and leave a situation. Getting very comfortable being with myself, and that's really going to help me keep this kind of plan in action. I also have a sanctuary that I'm creating. I am writing a post that will be published after this video about moving back into a safer home, creating that sanctuary, a place where I can go to debrief myself, just to relax. Having a safe place is very important. Access to a vehicle, also very important for me. And surrounding myself with positivity. There's a zero tolerance policy now for negativity. I'm not going to put effort into a friendship or relationship if it's not going to benefit me, and certainly if it's going to harm me. I have a very, very strong history of being attracted to people who are in pain. Friendships or relationships, it doesn't matter. If you look at my dating history and if you look at the history of friendships, I really like to go after the people who are messed up. I think I can fix them, but I can't, and they bog me down. So I'm not going to deal with that. And if that means I don't have any friends around, it doesn't matter. I have the person that I depend on, the person who will always be there is my mother. She's super important to me. And then there's my dog. She's not leaving anywhere. Snickers, come here. Come say hi. She's coming. You probably won't be able to see her, but that's what's important to me. Zero tolerance policy. Zero tolerance policy for negativity, and just keeping open communication. If I'm having trouble being able to speak up and say I'm having trouble, or I need this, or I need that, and not being ashamed to ask for additional support, which is something that I've completely let go of, and I've really put a lot of my life into other people's hands because of that. So I want to thank What the Lemonade for this question. I hope I did a good job explaining it. This environment did make me sick. This environment has been changing. My eating disorder has been changing. But the biggest change of all is knowing what parts of the environment are harmful and how to stay away from them. It's like pollution. You know, the polluted parts of the environment are the parts that I'm going to avoid at all costs. There will be times when I'm having to breathe in the smog, but I will be able to plow through and just keeping my head on my shoulders and going, this too shall pass. So thank you for the first question, and be sure to tune in a little later on for the questions from my Tumblr followers, which are more lighthearted, because I'm looking at some of them, and they make me laugh, and also very good, very insightful, and I look forward to more of these. I hope everyone's having a great weekend, and tune in, I don't know, an hour or so for that one. Again, thanks to What the Lemonade of YouTube for that really specific and brilliant question. Thank you.